This is the Habbo Hotel iceberg. Habbo was an online game created in 1999 by Sulaki, a Finnish company that found its feet in England. The premise was simple: players created and decorated rooms, customized their outfits and interacted with others. It found its great success in the early 2000s, aimed at people too old for Club Penguin but not old enough for Second Life. Well, because you clicked on this video, you probably already know how an ice chart works, but if you don't, the tip of the iceberg is where you find the well-known facts and information related to Habbo, but if you go further down you find more. So thank you to Semi Duis for making this iceberg. Now let's take a look and I guess I'll explain the entries on it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So this entry is referring to the fact that role-playing is the act of modifying a person's behaviour in order to achieve a desired personal image. You basically conform to a particular environment. The Big Hand was a feature on the Habbo client which held and displayed users' Fernie. It was quite simply the very first version of the inventory. Unlike the current version of the inventory, the Big Hand could display 9 items on one section, thus making the searching for furniture a tedious and difficult task. Nevertheless, it was considered a wonderful feature of the pre-Habbo beta, and many users protested over the removal of the Big Hand. Games are common activities that players participate in for fun. Origins of the first game are unknown today. They are a major part of the Habbo community. Games have been one of the main focal points that Habbo tries to implement since Habbo is directed as a teen hangout. Boba is the name of the notable word filter in Habbo that activates when profanities or dates are spoken in the hotel. Putting special characters between the letters of the words will not trick the censor. It is possible that the word evolved from Hoba, which came from the word Habbo. It has been removed in the past, but in September 2012 it was brought back as the official Habbo word filter word. Room promos were introduced in November 2012. It replaced events which were removed because of the Great Mute. It cost 15 ducats to promote your room for 2 hours. Unlike old Habbo events, a Habbo user could have a continuous room promotion in their room regardless of whether it is locked or not. So what I think this entry on the list is referring to is the fact Habbo staff are real people employed by Sulaki, whose jobs is to manage the hotels, as well as other duties such as moderation, finances and advertising. These people work for Sulaki and are stationed around the world. In Habbo Hotel, there are a few secret hangouts. So there's a green room, the coffee room closet, and the cubicle in the ambassador hub. Hashtag NotMyHabbo was a trend similar to NotMyRodrick. The hashtag was created by the popular YouTuber and streamer Quackity in protest towards Habbo Hotel's changed layout, I guess.
Baba Booey.
Pools closes a catchphrase associated with a series of raids carried out by Anonymous against the online social network site Habbo Hotel, where members of the group form human blockades to obstruct the entry points of popular hangouts, with the avatars dressed in afros and business suits. The first raid was launched in July 2006 after a rumour began to spread in 4chan that some Habbo moderators had tendencies to ban users based on their skin colour of their avatar. On July 2012, Channel 4 News revealed shocking details on a significant lack of moderation in the online game Habbo. Channel 4 found the site to contain graphic sexual chat, despite being aimed at children as young as 13. The investigation found little to no moderation, despite the fact that Sulaki told Channel 4 that user safety is its top priority. There was also evidence that could use the site to do some not so nice stuff to people. Quackity is the known YouTuber and Twitch streamer, and has solidified himself in Habbo Hotel history for continuing site-wide raid culture. He plans raids with his fans that storm Habbo and implements a different theme every time. He has raids such as the first Great Habbo raid of 2017. On June the 16th, 2017, Quackity decided to do a livestream where he would play some IMVU. It was a complete for everyone. Quackity decided to do a raid, but not on Roblox for a fear of becoming a Roblox YouTube channel. He decided to raid Habbo Hotel instead. They decided to go in as Nick Crompton. 1,200 people swarmed the hotel until they removed the ability to sign up to the website in an attempt to stop the raid. The second Great Habbo raid of 2017 was September the 10th of the same year. Quackity decided to raid Habbo again, this time with the same username. A few ideas were thrown around, but they settled on Jimmy Neutron. Quackity's name was Jimmy Neutron 6x7. They all decided to make their avatars
Hey, Vsauce! Michael here.
They began their raid in the whole of Habbo. The room was filled in mere seconds, which wasn't a surprise considering the fact that 2,691 people were watching the stream. They filled every public room within minutes. They sent hashtag #FreeJimmyNeutron into orbit when Habbo disabled the creation of accounts. The moderated protest was a protest organised by a small group of Habbo players that took place on the 1st of May 2011. Months in advance, leaks had shown that moderators of Habbo would be fired on 1st of May 2011, as some of the players who got to know some of these plans considered it a rather disrespectful move from Habbo regarding all the hard works the moderators had delivered. A Habbo group had been created in order to spread awareness about these protests. Habbos were being informed by other players in various ways. They were being addressed through their guest books, posts about it were created on forums, and initiators visited rooms to tell others about the event. The protest was organised in the second room of Club Massiva. Habbo staff have never replied to the event, which eventually caused more frustration and among some of the protesters. Alt codes are images that show up when the Alt key on the keyboard is pushed along with a series of numbers using the number pad. For example, Alt plus 0131 makes a heart. There's honestly so many combos. A Habbo president is a member of the hotel that has been elected into the presidential role, although the player is not included as a Habbo staff. Bots in Habbo are automated characters within Habbo Hotel that resemble Habbos. They can often be found in official public rooms and in users' rooms as purchasable bots. Monitori Mati. There's lots of Monitori Mati users in the Brazilian Habbo. Around every 5 minutes she's online, for only a second. Why is she? It happens continuously since 2009 for unknown reasons. Mobiles Disco is a progenitor of Habbo and was created in August 1999. It was developed by the creators of Habbo as a project in their free time. When asked to create a site for mobile, The Great Mute, also known as the Channel 4 protest, was a Habbo-wide mute that occurred on June 13, 2012, in response to news reported by the United Kingdom news programme Channel 4 that revealed that sexual allegations about Habbo. The mute affected all Habbo communities around the world and prevented any conversations from happening. I'm not really too sure on this entry as it just says Habbo World Cups, so I guess I'll just talk about the World Cup. FIFA, the world's football governing body, decided to stage an international men's football tournament under the era of FIFA President Julius. In 2010, Habbo had a Habbo World Cup, which had a variety of competitions including video and room building competitions. The third competition was a football guru prediction poll, in which players predicted the outcome of the various games in the World Cup. The Habbo World Cup 2014 was a limited edition rare that was released on the 14th of June 2014. The rare didn't sell well. With a price tag of 500 credits, it only made 36 units sold, and because of that, it's the third rarest limited edition rare. It is believed that one player bought most of those available. Hotel Hideaway is Sulaki's 3D version of Habbo aimed to a new generation of children and teenagers. The game itself is very reminiscent to early Habbo and can be fairly active and popular. Hotel Hideaway has a lot of similarities with Habbo, from its trolling culture, e-dating, and even lingo. It really does feel like Habbo's Zoomer sibling. Lumi Sota is a successor of Sulaki's first venture, Mobiles Disco. Users were allocated into 2 teams and ranked based upon combination of their successful hits and the hits they incurred from other users. Players were also able to upgrade and increase the force of their snowballs via text message. Goldfish. This entry is talking about the fact that Habbo used to go under the name Project Goldfish. So the picnic area is a popular public room on Habbo, mainly because of the fact that it's sunny and has a cheerful design, but it has a dark side. There's a skeleton placed in the garden, and no one knows the reason behind it. Between 2005 and 2007, Sulaki released 5 mobile games based on Habbo Hotel for Nokia, these being Habbo Dreams, Puzzle Pipes, Duck Up, Space Pool, and Habbo Creatures. There are a few gameplay videos of the games on YouTube, and all of them come from this guy, which were posted in 2012. Retro hotels are private servers that mimic the style of an official Habbo Hotel site and is not operated or affiliated with Sulaki. Operating a retro hotel is illegal due to the unauthorized use of copyright material. This entry is talking about the term bacon, which is often used to define a Habbo character, curled hair, and has highlights that resemble strips of bacon. Frank has been the main character in Habbo for many years. He was created to take the role of hotel receptionist, often depicted showing Habbos in their room and working behind the desk in ads. He is mainly used now as a guide that shows new users how to play. The Infinite Coins exploitation was a credit exploit that happened during 6th January 2017 on Habbo.com and resulted in a temporary global trade lock as well as the banning of a small number of users whilst their unwarranted credits were removed by Solaki staff. On the 6th of January, a code which was present on the Sandbox Hotel for developers and had allowed users to give themselves essentially an unlimited amount of credits. The Evil Raider was a Halloween Fernie released in 2015. The skin is actually a reference to the 2006 Habbo raid. Credit inflation. In a post posted on the Habbo X forum, one user went on a rant on how Habbo credits have become expensive. Habbo.at was a domain that had been planned to be used to link an Austrian version of Habbo Hotel. The hotel was never open to the public, and there was very little information known about the hotel. Same thing happened to Habbo PL, the Polish version of Habbo. The unused textures. Yeah, I've no clue. In 2010, BBC wrote an article on Habbo Hotel, Virtual Furniture Theft. In the article, it stated that the Finnish police were investigating up to 400 cases of theft, as a member in Habbo was reporting losses of up to £840 worth of virtual furniture. The Finnish police were searching homes throughout 5 different cities in Finland. The online thieves allegedly targeted users with fake web pages to capture usernames and passwords in what was commonly known as an online phishing scam. Sometime in 2001, members of the Something Awful forums began raiding the site in large groups who called themselves Jano. Additionally, the members of the group distinguished themselves from other Habbo Hotel users by dressing their avatars in all grey clothing. They would block off exits or doors in the game. During the raids, Jano members would line up and repeat several phrases including "the path is the way" and "the way is the light." So this entry says faceless, which I think is referring to a glitch which was discovered in 2012, where a user can have no face. Room 545. Is a very scary creepypasta. Now this is some next level stuff, just from the first few words. Sweat pours down my body as I stay still. I open my mouth, but no scream came out. My teeth chattered in fear. Fear cripples me, freezing every muscle of my body. Okay, I'm going to start reading it. Yuja Jongava, abo por alongos. This creepypasta was about a player in a room, and creepy stuff happened, like dead bodies would appear. A YouTube video has revealed about how one Habbo Hotel player made $200 a day by taking advantage of some of the online games in a YouTube video posted by this guy. The Habbo fanatic claims that some rare in-game items can be sold for thousands. The video also goes into detail about gambling in the game. You can take part in gambling activities, other money-making techniques like the teleport scam, and even transferring money between Habbo Hotel and RuneScape. He states, "You might think what we did was immoral, but honestly, everyone else was out to scam you anyway, and we were just kids." And since we're on the topic of scams, there was a casino scam occurring in Habbo. The scam occurs when some casinos make bets with rares and other high-valued Fernie. After a player's won a game, the dealer may refuse to pay the winner and instead kick them out. Room 666.